Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's time for War 2 of the season. I told you Iceman's good, and lo and behold, he's already been assigned. We have 5 fights, including a mini-boss, 4 tactic. The one that's not tactic, Nick Fury. This is going to be a big war. Let's go ahead and just start. Let's get into it. I was talking about Mantis. She's one of my MVPs for this meta. It's very tough tactic, right? I did a whole video explaining how to fight this tactic, kind of hoping to help people out, save you all some items. That is in the playlist for War Season 47 on my channel. I'll link that in the description so you can check that out here. But I'm going to show you Mantis. One of the reasons why she's so helpful is, one, she's a tactic attacker, but 2, she has that infuriate mechanic where she can get the intercepts. It's really important in this fight because it's hazard shift. As soon as we get a single debuff on, Void is going to get a massive fury. One mistake in this fight can really cost you potentially the fight, if not just a tremendous amount of potions. So here we go. I just need to get the Infuriate up and land that initial intercept and then get to 20 mixed emotions. I actually thought I had the timing there. I missed it. And right now I have to say my heart was beating pretty fast. I needed to figure out what to do because I'm already at 2 bars of power. And I need to get up my mixed emotions. Like, how am I going to handle this? And you're going to see I actually handle it really well in one way, and I handle it very poorly in the other way. The poor is that I allow myself to forget that I need to slow play my combos. The good is that I don't freak out and I don't lose all sense of what I'm supposed to do. And that I know that if I can get the Intimidate up, I can land my mixed emotions and get enough mixed emotions up on Void without going all the way to 3 bars of power. Watch this. I'm actually pretty happy with how I save it. I mean, I should have slow played better, fully admit. And then right here, I need to actually evade the special because I don't have the steadfast from landing an intercept. So I needed to evade that. He went unblockable. So hurdle 1 down. And then right here, I just go in too fast. And that's why I'm getting the debuffs up. I'm also very close to 3 bars of power. But the good news is I did get the Intimidate up. He's holding his block. And now we can just go in. I know that we're not going to die. And this special 2 should kill him. So, mistake, good. Another mistake, ultimately good. Cost me a bunch of potions, but I think that's a showing of why Mantis is so good for that, right? And then just staying calm, right? Knowing how Mantis works, definitely landing that SP1 evade was pretty clutch, pretty important there. And then getting up the Intimidate so that I could get off a big special 2 without having to go all the way to a special 3. Because if at that point the fight's probably going to be lost if that had happened. So actually very happy with that, right? That's war. That's this current war. Soon as Kabam fixes the potions and all that stuff, I think we'll be feeling pretty good about it. It'll just be a really fun challenge. Now, here's what we talked about with Iceman, right? I told you guys, I love this buff. I think he's definitely a 2nd tier mutant champion. And for me, in my tier list, 2nd tier is really hard to get. It's a champion that's going to help you through a ton and help you handle incredibly tough fights like this. This is Hazard Shift, Ascended Nick Fury, tier 1 war, the whole thing, right? And he's going to go indestructible every time I get to a bar of power. In hindsight, like even like mid-fight, I was kind of already starting to wonder, should I move to the special 2 rotation? You're gonna see me kind of play it here because it does do a little more damage, and also I would be going indestructible, or I'd be sending Nick indestructible less. You saw that did 17,000 and then 70 and then about 20, so 20, 20, 70. That's over 100,000. That was a lot of damage in one special 2. I showed that to you in the full review and how to play Iceman and his buff. The damage is there, guys. It's not Sunspot. But when you add on all his immunities and all his utility, it is more than enough. It is more than enough. I love playing this guy. We are boosted now and stuff like that. But check out the video. I think you'll be really surprised on all that. And then right here, I got a little concerned because I did send Nick unblockable, but I do a back step into the striker. That's one of the safer ways to handle that. And then I knew I'd be able to get my combo high enough so that Nick would go and get his 2nd Fury and things like that. The one dangerous thing, like in hindsight, if I were to do this fight again, I think I'd probably stick with how I played it, is because the ice armor does provide a lot of security should things go wrong, should Nick go indestructible, or I'm sorry, should he go unblockable or something like that. So ultimately, I'm very, very happy with this fight. I'm very proud of this fight. Iceman did exactly what he's supposed to do. And he didn't even have to handle evade. He didn't even have to evade, and we were slowed down significantly by Nick Fury going indestructible as many times as he did. And this fight still only took a minute, 32 seconds. Tier 1, Ascended Nick Fury. So now we're going in against this another tactic fight against the Storm. The danger here is if I don't land an intercept and don't get the Steadfast debuff, is Storm's specials powerful enough, strong enough to potentially kill Lady Deathstrike? Will she not regen back? Ultimately, I didn't want to find out. I did not want to find out the answer to that question. So you're going to see me try to land intercepts. Right now, this isn't, that wasn't the best. I guess I was just very comfortable with the evade of storms specials. I did duel quite a bit beforehand, so I was pretty happy there. There we go, and that's more it, right? I landed my intercept. I also need to knock her down. I think this had a protection that kind of falls off when she is knocked down. It'll come back in like 15 seconds or something like that. I wasn't too concerned about it, but it was something to be mindful. And here we are, you can see. So I'm comfortable with the dexes, and I will be landing intercepts when I can, but we're going in, we're pretty much gonna finish her off. We should throw our special one. The protection's up, but we've done plenty of damage. Lady Deathstrike's damage is kind of sneaky, it's weird. I trust me, I get it, and I know a lot of you said like she's a little too slow. Trust me, I understand, but we see what we see in front of us, right? I feel the same way. It is very strange for me. I don't understand quite how she does it, but a lot of little numbers add up, I guess, very, very quickly when there's that many of them. Going in, this was the fight I was by far the most concerned with, was this fight here against Quicksilver. And I spent a pretty good amount of time just like thinking about it, doing duels, and then I even got on a call with Hot Fuzz. And thank you so much, Hot Fuzz. Again, you guys heard me say that name so much. Just an amazing person, teacher, leader, and willing to spend the time to help people out here in his battle group. We went through this over and over and over, and ultimately what I ended up deciding, what he and I ended up deciding was I was going to advance power boost to try to get this fight over with as quickly as possible. The way this fight would really go bad is the node as it started to build over time, and also Quicksilver's evade. I needed to get that on cooldown, right? Because Mantis needs to land or wants to land those intercepts. It's particularly important because Quicksilver is a tactic defender. So I want that steadfast in case something goes wrong. I think I land the SP1 evade here. I had practiced it quite a bit and I'm getting pretty good at it. But say he got to this SP2 in general, right? But if we can get to our SP2 with enough mixed emotions off, we should be absolutely fine because Mantis' SP2 is a guaranteed crit. So I just need to get Quicksilver's evade on cooldown once. Should be plenty of time to then get to my special 2. So this is a bit of a sprint. This was a bit of a sprint to get to that moment before things started to spiral out of control. So let's see. So I should parry. There we go. And then I knew he would evade. Came back in plenty of time to land mine. Landed the first intercept. Everything's feeling good. Now I just need to bait this special out. Come on, there we go. I still went with the evade for some reason, though I had the steadfast. It's fine. It's just, I guess, what I was used to. I've now landed my intimidate. He's holding block like he's supposed to. Love it when they do what they're supposed to do. And we're good to go. I've got my power backs on like a good Mantis player. I'm learning. Going to my special 3, and then you're going to see. I was so excited because we'd spent so much time on this. I appreciate the time that Hot Fuzz and everyone puts into this. Took a screenshot for the boys. Send that in Alliance chat with the handout. I just feel like it's Mantis. You got to be pretty old to remember this. There was a time when people, I never personally said it, but people would say, like, talk to the hand, right? And they stick their hand out. So, like I said, I never said it, but that's kind of what it reminded me to there is Mantis was like, talk to the hand, Quicksilver. This is not going to work out well for you today. 41-second fight, had a plan, executed. I thought it was cool that the Quicksilver profile picture came up afterwards, so I then left it in. Now I've got one fight left. It's this mini boss fight. It's going to be a Lady Deathstrike, and it's 400,000 health. This is 400,000 apocalypse here. High energy diet, fortunately. Lady Deathstrike does physical damage with all those ruptures. This fight's going phenomenally, and I think I was just feeling so good after the Mantis vs. Quicksilver fight that I get a little full of myself here, and I kind of almost snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. You can see what I mean here. We've landed our really nice intercept. Everything's going beautifully. Apocalypse is playing into us. I continue to land my intercepts, getting my steadfast up, right? We've talked about, if you're like really questioning why I'm talking about steadfast and intercept, please go watch my how to basically play this tactic. It's very helpful. People who watched it seemed to really enjoyed it, said it was very helpful to them. But everything's going great. And then for some reason, I think the fight's just going so good, I decided to like try some fancy nonsense. I really don't know why I do this, but I stopped landing my intercepts right here. And so now I've got a bit of a problem. Because I do not have taunt up. He's got a bar of power, so I do not want to try to intercept him. And you can see it didn't do a ton of damage, but now he's at 4 of these daunted, and I still can't intercept him because He's got bars of power. I'm worried about it. He's now unblockable, and watch this. Thankfully for me, and this is part of why Lady Deathstrike is so good for this tactic, but also, in my opinion, this tactic is showing me how helpful she is in stressful fights. And this is the kind of thing that just doesn't show up immediately, and it takes time for me as a YouTuber, and I think the community to really accept and realize like how good this champion is, because it's not something we're going to find out just through your basic testing. She ends up totally handling this because of her kit, the way it's built, that heal back, right? There's 4 Daunted on here. He was unblockable. It's a big deal. It's a big deal, and she handles it. She gets it down, 400,000 health. Me making a mistake and kind of knowing it, like it was definitely not a good idea. It was not a good idea. There's a lot of adjectives, a lot of words I got to come up with there, and let's go with it was not a good idea for me to have done that. But there we are. I have decided, because I'm going to continue to try to make war videos this season. I think they're helpful, and I'm having so much fun. So let's go ahead and check out the season stats. And here we are with the season stats. SSX1, we're 2-0 on our way so far. It's only 1 week into the season, so we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but our goal is top 10 in Masters. We got 4th last season, so we're doing what we're supposed to do. So far, 10 kills, 0 deaths. I'm sure that death number is going to change. But I've already got assigned 5 fights for the next 4, so that's feeling good. Iceman will be coming along. I'm really pumped up about that. 5 total champions, 0 boss solos. Don't think we're going to have any of this season, but that's fine. 2 defender kills. My defense is doing a good job. We're on a current streak of 10. And then you can see Lady Deathstrike dominating the way. I think that's going to continue. I'd be very surprised if it does not. I have a rank 2 7-star Lady Deathstrike, so she's pretty powerful in the way the map's set up. I will not be surprised if we continue to see more and more Mantis as well. And like I said, I know we're going to see more Iceman in the next video, so I'm pumped up for that. Oh, my rank 3 American Chavez is going to get to come along. Let me know how your season's going along, if you're struggling with it, if this tactic is tough, because this tactic is very hard. Hopefully Kabam gets the potion situation fixed. I think that's going to happen with the update. Let's hope that it does. And if not, let's go nicely to the forums and remind them, hey, you said you'd get this handled nicely. Let's go ahead and do that and remind them, and let me know how your season's going. Is it going well? Is it going bad? And how are you feeling about all these champions? Thank you so much for watching. Take care.